Hi, everybody. This is Norm DeVay, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at Copa Health. You probably know that if you've seen us before on the Copa Roundup. Hey, we've got a great guest today. It is October 1st. That's right. We are well into the fall. We're so excited for the cooler weather to be coming. I know I talked about this on another video I did a while back, but we really don't have summer end here till like December 8th, even though I think on the 21st was the actual autumnal equinox when fall came around. But, today we've got a wonderful guest, and he's actually a very important person in your life, and you may not even know it. He is the employee benefits consultant that we at Copa Health work with from the Mahoney Group, Jason Andrade. Jason, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Norm. Thank you. How about you?
I am doing good. Very busy. Autumn hasn't slowed down the summer heat at all, and we're just moving at light speed. But so, Jason, I ask a lot of people this: were you able to get the vaccine? Are you vaccinated?
I am. I was able to get the Moderna vaccine about 3 months ago.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, our friends over at Arizona Community Pharmacy actually do the Moderna, and I think our friends at Genoa Health, Genoa Pharmacy also does the Moderna. So good for you. That makes you one of our Copa superheroes. I need everybody who's not vaccinated to try to keep up with Jason and go out there and get your vaccination. So Jason, we've done a few things together, you, me, Gabriel, Linda Torkelson, who's our marketing director, to try to get out the word a little bit more about the benefits that we have here at Copa Health. And I think that benefits are something that people only think about when they need them. They don't think about them ahead of time, and then often they are a little bit surprised when something happens and they have to quickly try to find out what's covered and what's not covered. But have there been any real big changes in the Copa Health benefits this year? And if so, what should we know about?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Norm. There have been some changes this year for sure. And those changes went into effect on July 1, 2021. So this past July 1st is our plan year effective date. And there have been some changes. We've made a change to our third-party administrator, or the company that pays our claims. We also made a change to our physician network as well. In addition to that, I would say there's three really strong changes that we've made with the pure intention of trying to help make healthcare more affordable for plan members. And the first one is Everyone Health. So Everyone Health is a program that we rolled out, again, effective on July 1st. And that's really designed to help plan members and their families, or employees and their families, really find affordable care for elective procedures. So whether that be for a surgery that's pending, an image, so MRI, CT scan, and oftentimes diagnostic lab work. So really around those three buckets, again, elective procedures, so things that are non-emergent, right? Not going to the emergency room, but procedures that you can plan for. Images, MRIs, CT scans, oftentimes those are very expensive images, and diagnostic labs. So we rolled out a program called Everyone Health, and that program is designed to help the members and their families identify high quality physicians and practitioners to help them procure those services. And as a result of that, of using that service, we've made the, ultimately that service is free to the members and their families. So it's a way for us to bring a solution to help employees and their families with affordable care and quality care as well.
So let me understand, and I'm just going to give an example from my past. And this was many years ago, but 18 plus years ago, a doctor diagnosed me with a rare form of melanoma, and so I had to have all kinds of MRIs and all kinds of other things done. You're telling me that with this, because it wasn't planned, but it wasn't an emergency, I had some time to deal with it, that I could go through Everyone Health and basically get to the best doctor that I could find, or that you could find for us.
Right. So with that particular condition, so we look at those as complex conditions, or things that require a lot more degree of specialty or specialization. So cancer, transplant services, perhaps a really complicated low back surgery, or perhaps something related to a pediatric condition, what we use, Norm, for that particular suite of services is a group called Edison Health. And what that's designed to do is to help those members with those complex conditions find the best care and best services for that particular condition, not only in Arizona, but in the country. So if it's a complex transplant or, again, cancer, we're finding the best doctors for that particular service or that particular complexity in the country. That may be in Arizona, that may be Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. So it just depends on the particular condition. That too is a new service that we brought to Copa Health effective July 1. And we know that the cost of care is greater than deductibles and co-insurance, right? So we have the ability with the program that we brought to Copa effective for July 1 to waive co-insurance and deductible obligations for the member as well when they choose Edison Health. So it's a way to help members save a considerable amount of money and also help them find the best care or best practitioners in the country for that particular condition.
So once again, we're not talking about emergent situations. We're not talking about if I get T-boned in an intersection that I have to, with my one good arm that's left, pull out the phone and try to call either Everyone Health or Edison. We're talking about situations where you're having to do something, you have a little bit of time, and both Everyone Health and Edison are good paths to go to get the best care at the most affordable rate.
Yes, great options. I'm a big advocate of both programs. Again, not for that emergent need, right? So if you unfortunately are in an accident of any kind, car accident or otherwise, and you require immediate services, then the emergency room is the place to go. But if it's something where you have time to plan, which is 95% of all conditions, right? You have a chance to plan for services. This is one of those two avenues would be the recommended pathway to go.
Yeah, I think that is, I think there's no better explanation than that. And I know that at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about what people can do if they have questions, but I understand there's a third service now too called Pathways, is it?
Correct. So we offered up a third service this year called Pathways, and that number is located on the back of your medical ID card as well. And essentially what Pathways is, it's a personal assistant to help you navigate the healthcare system. So oftentimes it can be difficult to find providers. It can be difficult to figure out your bills and EOBs or explanation of benefits. It can be difficult to understand kind of all the nuances associated with a medical plan. And so the Pathways program is designed to be your personal assistant and help you through that process. It's a concierge service for the members, for employees and their families. So that also is a new service that we brought to the table July 1 of this year.
Yeah, the thing that I really like about that, Jason, and the thing that I admire in you very much is we're encouraging people to not just think about things when they become urgent or important, but to be understanding their benefits that they have all along so that they can better be prepared when something does come up, to make the best choice for themselves. And I know that you've got some personal experience, I think, with Edison, and specifically, I think it's Edison. And when you and I were talking about that offline a few weeks ago, I was just so impressed. But one of the other things that I want to just mention is the Copa Roundup today, the stuff that you're talking about. We are trying to put out information in other ways. So you are working with Linda, you're working with Gabriel, you're working with me to have multiple sessions so that people can learn about these things. What would you do, or what should a staff do if they have questions or concerns, or they're just curious, and it's in between times when you and I, or you and Linda, or you and Gabriel are getting together?
Yeah, sure. One is that members, employees, and health and plan members can always reach out to us directly here at the Mahoney Group, right? That's one way for us to get connected. All of our information is in that open enrollment guide, those communications that we send out. So All of our contact information is in there. Also, you can call Pathways, which is the number on the back of your medical ID card. That's a straightforward way to get information as well. So there's multiple ways for us to get contacted and multiple ways for us to help. I think, Norm, the big thing for us is we were trying to really this year do a couple of things. Bring down the cost of care for employees and their families. Like how do we provide accessible care that's of the highest quality and not bankrupt people? I mean, because ultimately people have insurance, but universally the argument has been, how do we make care more affordable? I have insurance, but I don't know how to use it, or I have insurance, but I'm afraid to use it because of the cost. And so that's something that's pervasive in the industry as a whole. And so we wanted to make sure that the programs that we put in place this year are such that people don't have to have that barrier to entry of finances to actually get great care. And the combination of Edison Health, again, for those complex conditions, and Everyone Health for those elective services, I think really give us a leg up on our plan this year, as well as give us a pathway to find that care. Because oftentimes, as you know, when you're diagnosed with something, you don't really know what to do or where to go, right? There's an immediate, once you kind of get past the fear or the angst or the consternation around that diagnosis, whatever that may be, oftentimes you're not sure what to do or where to find the best doctor. You may go to Google, you may ask a neighbor, you may ask your doctor's friend or something to that effect, but there hasn't been a real strong course of action around find me the best doctor for this particular condition. And so that's the other piece I think that's really important, is that if anyone is dealing with anything of any magnitude, or even from the smallest blood work to the most complex condition, please reach out. Please connect to us at the Mahoney Group. Please connect to the Pathways program, or reach out to HR so they can help assist you as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to say one other thing, Jason, and I've been encouraging Copa staff to do this in many different ways, but I'm really going to encourage them to, when it comes to their healthcare, to do this. Get to know the healthcare system that we have. Get to know the benefits that we have. Even if you think that you may never use it, there may be a colleague that you have, a friend that you have here at Copa, who doesn't know it as well. And when something happens, they're going to be in a little bit of shock and they're not going to know exactly what to do. So if you get an opportunity, get to know everything about our benefits, Everyone Health, Pathways, Edison, get to know these things so that if something happens and somebody is struggling, you could step in and say, wait a second, have you thought about this? That sounds like a perfect situation where if you call Pathways, they might be able to help you with this. Or this sounds like a perfect situation for Everyone Health, which really will not only get you the best care, but save you money. So I'm going to encourage people to do that. But hey, by the way, speaking of personal responsibility, how's your family doing? You guys have anything special planned this fall?
I think, thank you. My family's doing great. Thank you, Norm. Daughter's off in college and, kind of staying on that path. My wife and I are doing well. I think we're just taking it day by day. I think like a lot of other people, just trying to get back to normal as much as we can. So we're still kind of contemplating what the fall looks like, or the balance of the fall going into the holidays, but still trying to figure that out, much like everybody else.
Well, I'll tell you, it's something where every time I talk to you over the past few years when we've been working together, I just love the way that you explain things. I have to thank you for that, because some people, they have a difficult time until somebody like Jason Andrade comes along and explains things to them, and then it becomes a little bit more clear. So, thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Norm, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, and obviously I appreciate the willingness to serve Copa employees and their families. And so thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody. That is our Copa Roundup for this week, October 1st. Some days I get my dates mixed up. Some days I get my hours mixed up, but it's October 1st. Next week, October 8th, we are going to be having Allison Brooks from Visit Mesa, wonderful organization that Copa has been, involved with for, quite a few years now. And she's going to be talking about a really, really exciting, wonderful program that they have started called Hidden Disabilities. If ever you see somebody and you don't know what's going on with them, if they have an indicator that says they've got a hidden disability, it could be epilepsy, it could be diabetes, it could be anything. They've got a solution, and we are so excited to have Allison on next week. Hey, until then, everybody, take advantage of this wonderful fall weather. And by the way, I'm winking when I say that because this is Arizona and it's still in the 90s and over 100. But everybody, take advantage of the weather, stay safe, and if you get an opportunity, get out there and get your vaccination. And if you already have, encourage somebody else to. And as I mentioned earlier, learn as much about our benefits as you can so that you can help somebody else out in the future. We will see you all next week. Take care.